Hi all, myself Shruti Ramachandran from the Department of Logistics Management, St. Albert's College Autonomous, Ernakulam. Today, I would like to welcome all of you to a session of Functions of Management. So, let's first discuss what is the definition of management. According to the prominent management expert Mary Parker Follett, management is the art of getting things done through people. So let's see what are the other definitions of management. Here, management is the art of getting things done through people in formally organized groups. This is a definition by Coons O'Donnell. And here, according to Henry Fayol, to manage is to forecast and plan, to organize, to command, to control, and to coordinate. So simply we can say that management is what a manager does. Let's discuss what are the aims of management. To increase the efficiency in business operations. Through a prominent management expert, we can increase the efficiency in every business organizations. To achieve individual, organizational, and social goals. Third point is to cope up with the changes in the dynamic business environment in this world. Next point, to work with through the people to achieve organizational objectives effectively and efficiently. Through a very good management expert, we can attain the organization goals in a very effective manner. Let's discuss what are the characteristics of a good management. Management is, of course, a human activity because it is done by the people, it is done through the people, and it is done for the people. And also, it is pervasive because it is needed in all the levels of the organization. That is the top level, middle level, and the bottom level. Next one is it is universal because management is a universal function because as all this is needed in all levels of the business and in all organizations. And it is a social process, of course, because it deals with the people and it is for the society. And it is intangible. It cannot be seen but can be felt in the form of increase in production, profit, and sales. It is a group activity, of course, because the people form a group and they together work for the attainment of organizational objectives. It is a system of authority because in every organization there is an authority and there is a separate responsibility for each designation. So, authority is the right to give orders and the power to obtain obedience from the employees. If there is a perfect authority, then only we can attain the organizational objectives in a very easy and effective manner. It is a distinct activity and a dynamic activity because a manager visualizes the problems in a business and takes suitable steps for the improvement of the steps. It is a science as well as an art because it is a body of knowledge. As we all know, it takes disciplines from the science and art. And of course, it is multidisciplinary because it takes from psychology, sociology, anthropology, ecology, and environmental sciences. So let's discuss what are the functions of management. There are mainly five functions, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Okay, so management, as we know, it is a dynamic process and it consists of various elements and activities. So let's move on to the first function of management, that is planning. Planning, as we all know, it is the process of forecasting the future needs of the organization and making decisions regarding the future course of action required to accomplish or required to achieve a particular organizational objectives. So simply we can say that it is a thinking process with the determination of what is to be done, that is for the organization, what is to be done in the next step. And second one is how it must be done. Then third one is when and where it must be done. Next one, who is to do it. And last one is how will the results be evaluated. So these are the process involved in the planning process. Next one is organizing function. Organizing is concerned with the arrangement of organization's resources. That is, of course, the human resources, the labor, the material, the technology, the finance, and everything in order to achieve the organizational objectives. That is, we have to evaluate all the organizational resources and how can we utilize it for the attainment of the organizational objectives. A manager takes decision about the division of work, who is to be done, and the allocation of authority and responsibility to each people in separate designations and coordination of tasks within an organization. All this happened in this organizing function. So organizing involves the division of work into convenient tasks or to the specialized labors for the fulfill or for the attainment of the organizational objectives. So it contributes towards the efficiency of the organization, and we can easily achieve the organizational objectives within a short span of time. Let's move on to the third function of management, that is staffing. As we all know, human resource is the most important and most wanted resource in an organization. So staffing is the process of recruited, selected, trained, development, and motivation and evaluation of employees in an organization. It involves the movement of individuals into an organization and within the organization. It is essentially selecting the right man for the right job at the right time. And selection includes several factors. The first one is recruitment. Recruitment is a process of attraction of candidates into a particular job. Second one is selection, that is screening the candidates and choosing the best one out of them. Next one is training and development, that is imparting necessary knowledge and skills required for that particular job position. And last one is compensation, that is the price paid to workers, the service they render to the organization. And next function is directing. As we all know, a good manager or a good leader can direct the employees in a proper way so that we can only achieve the organizational objectives in an effective and efficient manner. So, directing is the function of guiding and supervising the activities of the subordinates. So, it involves the following activities. That is, first one is leading. It includes the motivating and communicating with people individually and in groups for the development of both the employees and the organization. Next one is influencing. That is guiding the activities of the members so that the work can be done in a most easiest way. And motivating means it is a process of stimulating the people to get their work done and keep them motivated for doing their work. And last one is communicating. That means the transferring of knowledge regarding the work activities to the employees. And last function is controlling. Controlling is the process of influencing the action of the employees or the groups to attain a desired objectives. So it includes four activities. First one is we have to set a standard for the performance. And second one is measuring the actual performance. And last one is we have to compare the actual performance with the planned one. And next one is taking corrective actions to ensure the accomplishment of the objectives. So it is a process of visualizing deviations from the standard and taking corrective actions and let the workers do their best for the attainment of the organizational objectives. So this is all about the session of functions of management. Thank you all.